Hi guys, my name is Khole Hlahla. I would like us to continue from where we have stopped previously. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna quickly go back to our main program, that is the Municipal Audit and Performance Committees CPD Teaching and Facilitation Schedule, which gives us a guide of where we are. So already we are still in chapter 1, the constitutional law orientation. So in this chapter we've already dealt with video 1, that is a video that deals with chapters 1, 3, 4 and 6. Then in this, which was video 1 of 3, now we're gonna deal with video 2, 2 of 3, which deals with chapter 7. So if you look on our course outline, video 1 of 3 talked about chapter 2 of the Constitution and the Supremacy, and it talked about section 6, that is the languages. That's where we dealt with about languages, and we went on to deal with some of the municipalities, and we looked on the racial determination there, and from that racial determination we picked up why section 6 was important for our purposes as audit committee members, and we went on to section 46, the legislative authority in the Republic of South Africa. Then we delved quickly into chapter 3, the cooperative governance. Then we dealt with section 67, which I promised to you that I will deal with it in a much more detail later on. Hopefully that is still going to happen. Then we dealt with chapter 6, which was the end now of video 1 of 3. Now we're dealing with video 2 of 3, that is going to start at slide 41 and ends on slide 65. In this video, we will be dealing with section 151, the status of the municipalities, section 52, the object of the local government, section 153, development duties of municipalities, section 154, municipalities in cooperative government, 155, establishment of municipalities, section 156, powers and functions of municipalities, section 157, composition and election of municipal council, section 158, membership of municipality councils, section 159, terms of municipality council, section 160, internal pardon me, section 160, internal procedures, 161, privileges, and then 162, publication of municipality bylaws, and that will sum out up our chapter 7. Then part 2 of chapter 7 will go on to section 213 and so on and so on. Let's get to it then. All right. Now we get into section 152, the objective of local government, that is section 172. So there are 3 objectives here in front of us in this slide: the democratic governance, sustainability, services, and community development. So what is important in this slide is that whatever government does, the municipality does, it must reflect community representation and accountability. Is the municipality seen to be accountable of what they are doing, and their decision making aligns with the interest of its constituencies, that is the residents of that municipality. Then sustainable services. Remember, service delivery is at the center of the local government, because it's the local government that has got wards, and the municipality, each municipality has got a responsibility, as we will see in the Municipal Structures Act, that it has got a responsibility to service the community, its constituencies. And when they do that, they must always consider environmental impact, because whatever is happening, it must always be tied together with other sister legislations, and in this case, the legislations that are dealing with environment. You will remember in our previous slide that we introduced two committees already, committees that we will see in the Structures Act. We talked about the Petitions Committee, and we also talked about the Community Engagement Committee. And this part of Section 152 is talking about community involvement. We talked a lot about community involvement, and we mentioned things like what really involves community engagement, and who initiates community engagement, and what sections of the Act. We will say that in the Structures Act and the Systems Act, what forms of the community engagement and what preparations inside the municipality must happen when they are going for a public engagement, and what type of engagement must be there, and what type of documentation they must prepare when they are getting into public engagement. And in the public engagement, what must happen, and when they come back, what sort of crafting should happen there in the public engagement. And as that continues, you will see also in the Systems Act that what is important is how the municipality publishes the community engagement notices to the community, because remember, the community must be aware that there is going to be a public engagement at a certain point, because when the municipality is going for a public engagement, it is going there to get the views of the community, and without the community, there is no successful public engagement. Hence, it must be publicized using the sections of the Act that we'll be dealing with. So Section 52 in this slide is talking about that. Then we go on to the developmental duties of municipalities, that is Section 153. And Section 153 is also broken into three parts, that is the administration and budgeting planning, community needs prioritization, and participation in development programs. So in administration and budgeting, Section 53 is telling us that in the municipality, remember now, we have been already introduced into what is the council. So after the council, we get the administration, that is the municipal manager and his team. We're going to see a chapter that is going to be talking about that. And this team is responsible for crafting a budget, the administration team, that is going to be sent to the council for approval. And that budget, perhaps let me say this first. The administration team is a team of people deemed to be capable to deliver the mandate of the council. And the mandate of the council is to deliver the needs to the needs to the community, that is the service needs. All right. So at the beginning of it, the municipality administration will craft a budget. Once it has done that, it's going to submit to the council and for the council to approve. And when the council approve, they check if the budget prioritizes the basic needs of the community. And if it does, this budget that is coming to the council to be approved, does it sufficiently cover, or does it have sufficient resources to cover the needs? Then we've got community prioritization. What is important there is that the municipality must understand the demographics and community needs, so that the municipality can understand how it is allocating those needs to its constituencies. Remember, when we talked in video 1 of 3, we talked of wards, especially in Ngoza Hill, and we said it's impossible for the municipality to cater all the wards in one budget cycle, that is 1 year of the SDBIB. But what is important is that in the prioritization, we need to see why a certain word is prioritized over the other, because what is important is to equally distribute the resources to improve the quality of life. That's what section 163 is talking about. And it also talk about the participation in development programs. So at a local level, we need to understand what are the programs that are happening at a provincial level. What is the theme? What is the rhythm? What is the premier seeks to do and to achieve, so that the local municipality aligns themselves with that, and what needs to be achieved at a national level, so that these two spheres align them with that, so that there is maximization of resources there to support the communities. Corporate governance approach, that is section 152. In this one, we see the same thing that I've already mentioned, that the national and provincial, because the local has to align itself with the programs of the provincial and the programs of the national, then it means that part 1 of section 154 says both the national and the provincial must support the local development. Strengthening capacities. In the previous slide, we talked about interventions, and we said that there are moments where the municipality can be intervened by the provincial or the national government. Sorry. So those two spheres on top are also responsible to ensure that the local government is empowered through legislative measures to ensure that they've got enough ability to manage their affairs. And even though they've got the supporting capabilities, they leave that municipality to operate autonomously, so that there is no interference with service delivery. And number 3 of that is about the promotion of local government. There we're talking about capacity to ensure that municipalities ensure their obligation. One of the biggest obligation is to make sure that the service delivery there, and to strengthen the governance network and facilities, and to ensure that they facilitate better management of community needs. So we can see at the priority there, section 154, that there must be a good relationship between national, provincial, and local, and these two must make sure that there is enough strengthening of capacities at a local government, and then because of these two, then that should promote the advancement of local government through strengthened network and better facility management. We get that from section 155. Section 154. Categories of municipalities. We've got category A, which is normally metropolitan municipalities. Then we've got category B, that is the local municipality. Then we've got category C, that is an administrative, that's a district municipality. It's not the first time we're talking about these municipalities. We talked about these municipalities in the introduction, and we talked about these municipalities in when we're doing with chapter 1, video 1 of 3, and now we're coming back for section 155 to explain this. So a metropolitan municipality in category A, section 55 refers to it as an exclusive municipality authority. Then category B, a local municipality, section 55 refers to it as a shared municipality authority with category C. So here the municipalities are sharing this with category C. I mean, these municipalities all share category C. Then we've got category C, that is a district municipality that is normally shared by A and B. So C will normally support category A and B. So now we know that there are three types of municipalities. The Constitution confirms that what we've been saying all along. Legislative framework for municipalities. So the definition of types, the criteria of establishment, and consideration for services. So why a municipality will be a metro, why a municipality will be a local municipality, and why a municipality will be a district municipality. The aim there is to remove any conflict and make sure that there is service delivery, and there is also equitability and sustainability for the enhancement of people's life. Provincial legislation and implementation. With the three types of municipalities, now the important thing there is that what is important is their ability to respond to local needs while responding to national framework. So hence they've been categorized into three, is to make sure that there's a smooth running of activities so that they are tailored towards service delivery there. Then the provincial governments are tasked with the monitoring and supporting local governance to ensure that there's a promotion of effective management and service delivery, which is the key KPI there, that is the service delivery. And of course, we've already talked about capacity development, that whatever the provincial and the national government are doing, they must make sure that they are capacitating the local municipalities so that there are no problems with service delivery, because really service delivery in South Africa is at the core of what people want, for the effective management of lives. Composition and election of municipality councils, section 153. Section 154, membership of councils. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace this slide, slide 47, 48, 49, and 50. So I'm gonna replace these slides. I'm gonna come in slide number 51. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna come in to this slide. So we already know that we've got category A, category B, category C municipalities, all right? So we know that category A is the metropolitan municipality, and category B is the local municipality, and category C is a district municipality. We've already mentioned that. But the question is, how are the councils made? All right, so that's what we are trying to find out, what the Constitution is saying. This is how we are interpreting these sections here. Okay, so let us assume, okay, I think the question here first starts from this part of the slides to say, here is the council, all right? We can say that there are people that are sat in this council, but the question is, how did these guys got to sit in this council? So that's what we're gonna explain in this slide. First, there must be a political party for which voters will need to vote for. This is done in a form of a ballot box. So people will go into various ballot boxes and put an X next to a certain political party. All right. There must be a list of what candidates. So this is another ballot box. So for a municipal council for category A and category B, all right, that is the local and the metropolitan municipalities, and this will also apply to the district municipalities. So here is a voter. the voter is given two sets of papers. Is given two sets of papers, and the voter attendant will give and say, in this paper you're gonna be voting for a local municipality or a metropolitan. Then in this paper you will be voting for a district. All right, here is the voter. So in this one there is a district, and here there is what we call a local or a metropolitan, and also will be given this one where they will vote for a ward. So the ward and a local municipality or a metropolitan is given first. So as you can see here is that 50% of the council is coming from the ward council ballot box. The other 50% is coming from the political party. All right. So the voter is voting for the political party and is voting for the ward councillor here. So together of this vote forms 100%. All right. And that's what forms a council of a local municipality or of a metropolitan. All right. So hence now you will see these people set here. Okay. So here 50% of these people have been voted for through a ballot box, and they are coming from political parties, and 50% of them have been voted through through a ballot box, and they are coming from ward committees. So we got that. Now in this one, remember this is 2. In this one, the voter is given another ballot box to vote for a district. Now in a district, the formation is 40 to 60. So 40% is political and 60% will come or will be seconded by local municipalities to the district. Remember, in a district there is normally 5, 4, 3 and so municipalities. So once they have voted, and there is 100%, as we have seen here, so 60% of this council will be sent to a district municipality. All right. It is not voted for by a voter. All right. I hope that you've captured that. So the 50%, 50%, 50%, it's the ballot for the ward candidates and for political party. Then it makes up a council for a local municipality or a metro. Then the 60, from the 50 of the political ballots, then it will send 60% of those people to the district. Then this one is the ballot box for the 40% in the district. Who is voting for the 40%? The person who's voting for the 40% is the voter who voted for the ward councillor and for the political party's ballot box. So that's how it is shaped. So that takes care of those slides over there. So as we have seen there, maybe the candidate for the council subject to any limits or condition established by the legislation, that is the 50-50% in the category A and B, then the 40% in the category C. All right. So vacancies in the municipalities must be filled in terms of the national legislation. Here is the municipal council discussing there and dealing with the rules of the council, dealing with important matters over there. Okay. So we'll see when we're dealing with the Structures Act that the council has got a schedule or has got a timetable to hold its meetings. All right. Conclusion and future direction. I think here what is important is that each local government institution or municipality must aim to promote democracy, accountability, and must make sure that in each of its activities there is community involvement to ensure that government structures adapt to meet the evolving needs of diverse population. Hence, we talked of the petitions committee and the public engagement committee to make sure that the municipality doesn't sit abstractly from its communities. There is constant engagement between the municipality and the community, because the community is hoping for something and the municipality must make sure that they deliver that one. And the only way they can do that is to make sure that they navigate challenges and reap opportunities from their engagement, so that there are collaborative efforts between the national, provincial, and the local municipalities in making sure that there is a crafting of effective, responsive, and governance there. And of course, each and every municipality must learn from the circumstances of the past to say, okay, in this financial year, and these are our challenges, these are our opportunities, this is what came up, and this is how we can pave our future direction going forward. So a municipality council plays a crucial role in local governance with the term that lasts for 5 years. All right. So after 5 years, there must be an election of a new council after 90 days. So the 5 years is going to end. 5 years ends today. Then after that 5 years, within 90 days after the end of that 5 years, there must be an election of another council. The terms of the council, we've already mentioned that the terms of the council for each council is 5 years. Remember, we said to you as an audit committee member, you must understand your council as the board of directors. So after the end of 5 years, this council must dissolve according to the national legislation, and another council must be appointed within 90 days after the end of that council, unless, of course, it has been dissolved by way of an intervention following Section 139 that we have talked about here. Then depending on what is the intervention, okay, because remember we talked about the MEC appointing an administrator. Then the administrator will fulfill the role of the council until a new council has been appointed, looking at the time frames there. So we've already talked about the duration, and we said the duration is 5 years, and immediately at the end of 5 years, but between that 5 years and 90 days, then there must be another election of the council. We've already outlined in this slide how the council is appointed. All right. So the 5 years ends exactly in the same way between a local municipality and the metro, and between category A and B and C there. So there is no gap. A municipality should remain competent is the requirement of the law up until there is something that proves to the contrary there. All right. Then there are internal procedures of a municipality council. Okay. The council must be able to make decisions, must elect a chairperson, and there must be a committee formulation. Remember, the council, once it has been established, it's a board of directors, and it is tasked with an important mandate of making decision, and it has got powers and functions to do that. Then once a council has been formulated, okay, once a council has been formulated, what needs to be done now, these guys must elect what you call a speaker of the council, or the chairperson of the council, and the person who helps them to do that is the municipality manager. All right. So the municipality manager will become the chairperson of the council up until the chairperson of the council has been appointed. Then once the chairperson of the council has been appointed, the MM is going to step down as the chairperson of the council, and the new speaker takes over there. That's what we are getting told in that slide over there. So the chairperson of the council is the speaker of the council, Then after that, we get committees. We will see in the Structures Act that we've got Section 79 committees, starting from Section 40. Then we go to Section 79. Then we go to Section 40. Also, depending on whether there is an executive mayor, then we might have committees that are formed in terms of Section 80 of the Structures Act. So these are the functions of the council. All right. So the council, as the board of directors of the municipality, cannot delegate the passing of bylaws. So the council must deal with the approval or rejection of bylaws. All right. So we already know that the council has got an ultimate responsibility to make sure that they take care of bylaws. In other words, they approve bylaws or they reject bylaws. They approve the budget or they reject the budget. They impose tax or they reject the imposition of tax. They authorize the administration of the municipality to acquire loans, for the municipality to do its mandate. All right. So whenever there is a voting requirement that has to happen, the act suggests that the majority of the council members must all be present for the vote to continue. So not only a few number of them should participate, but the majority of councillors must be there to take a particular decision. So all the decision of the council must be supported by the majority of the council. So the constitution makes an important requirement that when the council is about to approve a bylaw, first there must be a notice to all the council members that in such a date the council will be passing a certain bylaw. It must mention by name to say the council will be approving a certain bylaw, and this bylaw has went through the public comments, and public comments have been taken into account to the bylaw, whether to the crafting or to the revision of the bylaw. Pardon me. So the council is invited to approve this bylaw, all right? And this bylaw has taken into account national legislation. So these are the requirements that the Constitution is setting for the bylaw to be approved. So you can see that when you're an audit committee member, you've got the right to find out, does the municipality have a register of bylaws? All right, have these bylaws been revised, and what has been the process for the new bylaws that have been passed, that has been followed, and the municipality manager should take you through that bylaw creation. There are internal arrangements that must be met, and those must be defined in the council rules book. All right, and the creation of bylaws could also be dealing with how the council should be dealing with its business proceedings and its committees, and the committees, the bylaws themselves should also, if they are talking about the internal arrangement of the business proceedings, they must talk about the established composition and powers of the committees that we have mentioned, starting from Section 40 of the Structures Act, Section 79, and Section 80 of the Institution. Yes, you might want to go and look on Section 166 of the MFMA. Opening business conduct, we've already mentioned these ones, that the council, the first basis of the council is sitting on transparency. Hence the council, you'll find that they are members of the gallery. It starts by the municipality publishing that it's going to have a council meeting. So that publication itself is an invite to the constituencies of the municipality to go and attend the council. So because of that, government and the crafting of the constitution seems to suggest that the sitting of the constitution of the council of the municipality must conduct its business openly, ensuring transparency in governance. So there must be no secret really in what needs to be discussed. The people need to know what the council is discussing. But of course, the same constitution does give a go-ahead to say if the issue are really sensitive or life-threatening, really the council could decide to have closed sessions. And if that is happening, it must be explained to say why the council doesn't want to have a gallery or some invitees not attending the council, maybe because the issue is sensitive. And of course, in the council, all the council members must be given a right to participate on the issue that has been discussed. It doesn't matter whether the issue is on the closed session or is on the open session, but all the members of the council must be given a chance to have something to say over there. Of course, we've already talked about this. Member participation is defined in 3 stages: fair representation. So all the parties, because remember, we said when you voted in two ballot boxes, this one for district and this one for the municipality. Here you voted for political parties for category A and B, and you also voted for political parties for category C. So now it says from there, the members of the council, irrespective of their political affiliations, they must be given a fair chance of participating in the council. And that must be done in consistent with the democratic principles to ensure legitimacy of the decision that are going to be taken, because we don't want to take a decision and the decision is later on challenged by the same members of the council. And of course, where the council is not doing that out of its mindset, it's following the national and the provincial legislation, and with the national legislation taking priority there. Of course, the provincial legislation may provide privileges and immunities for the council members to say, you guys are entitled to this and this and this and this. And when that is done, it must be done in accordance with the framework of the national legislation. All right. And members of the council must be protected to ensure the integrity and the safe doing of their duties. So there are a number of ways that can be done. We'll see as we proceed. Section 162 is talking about municipal bylaws and their publication. All right. So I think what is important here is to understand that municipality bylaws are essential regulation that govern the jurisdiction, the municipality jurisdiction. So the bylaw that is passed by KSD municipality cannot be applied at Umhlolo. Okay, it governs the KSD jurisdiction. Okay, and it's only becoming a bylaw when it has gazetted. From the day it has been gazetted, it starts being enforced, and the public must be made aware of that instance, that there is now a bylaw that has been gazetted, and this is what this bylaw seeks to achieve, and the public must be given access to the bylaws. Normally, these bylaws should be available at municipality premises, and the person or an office dealing with that responsibilities must be made known, and the bylaws must be available on the municipality website so that people can download, print, and read the bylaws as and when they want. The aim here is to make sure that there is a promotion of transparency, and accountability within the local governance, because we don't want to produce bylaws that we are not gonna see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. My name is Kholihlatla Fuzane. We have come to an end of this session. We're gonna meet again when we're dealing with section 3 of 3, which in the main section 3 of 3 will be dealing with the rest of the program. That is section 213, section 214, section 215, section 216, section 217, section 226, section 227, section 229, section 230A, and then we'll be dealing with the 2 schedules, schedule 4 and schedule 5 of the remaining part of the session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure that you have managed to pick up, and you now have been able to make sure that you highlight the question areas to say, okay, I'm going to ask this question to the municipality. Can you see now, as an audit committee member, you're becoming clever and clever and clever and clever, because you are being taught exactly about what you need to understand at a municipality level. So our work so far has come in the form of a funnel. So we're still sitting at the constitution. So once we are done with section chapter 1, then we're gonna go now to chapter 2, where we'll be dealing with the municipality, the powers and functions of the municipality. Then we go down, 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 up until we finish our presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and being with us tonight.